In this lecture, we will discuss about next generation sequencing or NGS. So, next generation sequencing is a new method for sequencing genomes at high speed and at low cost. Next generation sequencing, also known as second generation sequencing or massively parallel sequencing. Next generation sequencing actually catch a term that used to describe a number of different modern sequencing technologies that include Illumina sequencing, pyro sequencing, ion tolerant sequencing, and solid sequencing. Now let's see what is the principle behind next generation sequencing. The concept behind next generation sequencing technology is similar to CE sequencing. In next generation sequencing, DNA polymerase enzyme catalyzes the incorporation of fluorescently labeled deoxyribonucleotide triphosphate into a DNA template during sequential cycles of DNA synthesis. And during each cycle, at the point of incorporation, the nucleotides are identified by the fluorophore excitation. And the critical difference is that instead of sequencing a single DNA fragment, next generation sequencing expands this process across millions of fragments in a massively parallel fashion. More than 90% of the world's sequencing data are generated by Illumina sequencing by synthesis chemistry, and it delivers high accuracy and a high yield of error-free read. So now let's discuss how NGS work. In next generation sequencing, the first step is preparation of DNA sample. The DNA sample is purified and then it is fragmented, and the next step is end repair and adapter ligation. After adapter ligation and preparing a library, the next step is clonal amplification by either emergent PCR or by bridge PCR. So after performing clonal amplification, the next step is sequencing. Here we use three different ways to sequence our desired target genome. The first is pyrosequencing and sequencing by ligation and sequencing by synthesis. And here each sequencing machine provides a raw data at the end of the sequencing run, and this raw data is a collection of DNA sequences that were generated at each cluster. Now let's discuss the process of NGS step by step. So the first step is library preparation. In library preparation, first we do fragmentation and then perform adapter ligation reaction and then PCR amplification, and in final step purify gel. The first step in next generation sequencing is library preparation. So NGS library is prepared by fragmenting the DNA sample and then ligating a specialized adapter to both fragment end. And the next step is cluster generation. So for cluster generation, the library is loaded into a flow cell where fragments are captured on a lawn of surface bound oligos complementary to the library adapter, and each fragment is then amplified into distinct clonal clusters through bridge amplification, and when cluster generation is complete, then templates are ready for sequencing. So the second phase is cluster generation. Here a DNA library is loaded carefully on a flow cell and the DNA fragments are attached to the top of the flow cell, and it is very complicated step, and the flow cell contain oligos that are complementary to incoming library adapter attached to the DNA fragment, and this step is not complete until every DNA fragment goes through a bridge amplification cycle. The second phase is very tedious, but it is extremely important for entry into the third phase. And the third phase is sequencing. So Illumina SBS technology uses a reversible terminator based method detect single bases as they are incorporated into DNA template strand, as all four reversible terminator bound DNTPs are present during each sequencing cycle, and natural competition minimizes the incorporation bias and greatly reduces raw error rate compared to other technologies. The result is highly accurate base by base sequencing that virtually eliminates sequence context specific error even within repetitive sequence region and homopolymers. And the third phase is sequencing. So here, sequencing region including fluorescently labeled nucleotides are added and the first base is incorporated. The flow cell is emitted and the emission from the flow cell of each cluster is recorded and the emission wavelength and intensity are used to identify the base. This cycle is repeated n times to create a read length of n bases. And the final step is data analysis. During data analysis and alignment, the newly identified sequence reads are aligned to a reference genome. Following alignment, many variations of analysis are possible, such as single nucleotide polymorphism or insertion deletion identification, read counting for RNA method, phylogenetic or metagenomic analysis, and many more. So, the fourth phase is data analysis. Once the scientists are able to visualize the various DNA sequences, they are sequentially aligned using a reference genome. A reference genome is actually a human-made DNA sequence that expresses specific species set of genes, and this phase can only be done using an advanced bioinformatic programs. And this program helps to distinguish any variation between the aligned read and the reference DNA sequences. And next, here is the final summary of how does NGS work. First is fragmentation of sample DNA and then attachment of specific adapter and then loading the DNA sample library into the flow cell, and then here we bind primer and then perform PCR extension, and next dissociation, conversion of double-stranded DNA into single-stranded DNA, and then cluster formation, and then we perform sequencing and we can easily print out the sequence. So it's all about next generation sequencing.